The night was so still, even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Mara sat huddled on her couch, buried in the solitude of her dimly lit living room, when the letter arrived. The envelope, heavy and yellowed, made no sound as it slipped through her mail slot, just a subtle shift in the air, too sudden, too silent for the hour. It was addressed simply, to the one who knows. Mara wasn't sure who that was meant to be, but when her eyes fell on her name scrawled faintly on the envelope's back, something cold settled under her skin. With trembling fingers, she tore open the letter. A single sheet of paper fell out, her town, scribbled in charcoal, every house shaded except hers. There, a red X bled onto the street right where her small home stood. Mara glanced at the window, heart knocking against her ribs. Was someone watching? The feeling pressed in around her, deep and insistent. Before she could make sense of it, a knock rattled her door, 3 quick taps, as if impatient. Mara froze. Midnight visitors were a rarity in Willow Creek. It took every ounce of courage for her to approach, her slippers dragging across the wood. She opened the door to nothing but a yawning dark. The night breathed back, empty. But as her eyes dropped, she saw it, a second note lying on the mat. In a hurried hand, it read, "You're late." Mara's lamp flickered. The bulbs shivered and then stilled, casting odd shadows along the walls. A measured creak echoed from above, a deliberate footstep on boards that hadn't groaned in a decade. Mara gripped her phone, its screen glowing blue and helpless in her hand, but no call went through. The silence swelled, throbbed. Another creak, now closer to the stairs. Mara's memory churned, struggling to recall anything that could connect her to these messages. She remembered stories from her grandmother, tales of watchers and ancient debts, of guardians and secrets buried beneath the old well. Was the letter, was everything, a summons for knowledge she didn't know she held? The map and the note sat heavy in her palm. She drew a shaky breath and climbed the staircase. Each step moaned protest, the sound resurrecting old echoes in the hollow house. At the top, the darkness felt deeper, thicker, alive. The door to her father's study stood ajar. Hadn't it always been shut since he'd vanished? Inside, the desk was untouched, its surface neat, but for a single, fresh envelope. Mara reached for it, hands steady now with the certainty of fate. The new letter read, "The time has come. Say their names." A memory flickered, her father's voice, guiding her through dusty ledgers, teaching her the meaning behind names lost to the turning of years. Mara whispered the long-forgotten names, voice trembling but growing stronger with each syllable. The room shifted, the silence folding away, as if unveiling something forgotten.